Hi viewers, this is Dr. S. Nandagopalan bringing you the topic called as breadth first search. So we have seen the depth first search in my previous lecture. So in this particular video, I'll be talking about the traversal method, the second method called as breadth first search. So we'll quickly go to the PPT and let's understand the concept behind breadth first search. How do we actually go through or traverse the given graph starting from a given vertex, similar to the depth first search, that is DFS. And we will also show you the example pertaining to this so that you can easily understand, and hence the algorithm corresponding to this also can be shown. So yeah, so this is our breadth first search, in which we will start with a particular vertex given and try to explore all the vertices given in the graph. So in this particular case of the traversal method, unlike the depth first search, where we have used stack as the main data structure for remembering the return addresses, in this BFS we use a data structure called as queue, because we will be exploring all the adjacent vertices from a given. So we need to remember all these vertices on a first come first served basis, for which queue is an ideal data structure. And as usual, this would visit all the vertices in a more systematic manner. So we don't get into the cycles or the loops and revisiting the vertex. All these things are avoided, and we will store the next vertex to be explored in a queue. So I will also show you, along with this traversal of the graph using BFS with the queue contents, so that is easy to follow. So let's take the first scenario, where the simplest case of undirected but connected graph. And we will also see the other scenarios where we may have directed and strongly connected and disconnected, in the sense weakly connected graph for a directed graph. So disconnected graph for the undirected case also can be seen, and a similar kind of explanation can be given, just like what we did in the case of depth first search. So let's take the same example actually. Yeah, this is the graph actually we have considered for the DFS, but remember, this time we are going to see or explore all the adjacent vertices. That's why it's called as breadth first search. For example, if this is the starting vertex 1, we have two adjacent vertices, that is 2 and 3, and we would actually try to visit both of this. Now we cannot do this simultaneously, and hence we enter these values, the vertex numbers, in a queue. For example, 2 will be entered into the queue, followed by 3, and we try to explore the new vertex which is deleted from the queue and try to explore all the adjacent vertices. Before we do that, of course, we have to enter these values into the queue. So this keeps on going in a systematic manner, so that we would get the output as BFS tree. So the input for this BFS is a graph, in this case undirected connected graph, and the output is a BFS tree. So we shall start with, yeah, so this is the queue. So I'll just show partially, that is 2 and 3. Of course, 1 would have already put and deleted, so that I'm not showing as the initial vertex. So 2 and 3 are explored, and you can see the blue color edges. There's the visited ones. So as usual, we here use a visited vector where we don't revisit any vertex. So before we actually enter the vertex numbers in the queue, we actually check whether it's already visited or not. So we have here, since 2 and 3 have not been visited yet, so we would just put that into the queue. Now what happens? This is very important. Now the next cycle, so this is going to be an iterative kind of process or an algorithm. So the next step is going to be delete from queue, right? Whatever the vertex you get, now the adjacent vertices of that will be explored. For example, from 2, we have 2 vertices adjacent, that is 4 and 5. Both are unvisited, so I can just put them into the queue. Yeah, you can see here, this is the corresponding figure. So I have already deleted 2, because of which I have got, now remember 3 is already there in the queue. So 4 and 5 are the new vertices. So we have put them into the queue because they have not been visited yet. And now these 2 are the 2 vertices which are visited. And we need to now start deleting from the queue, that is 3. So from 3, I have 2 adjacent vertices, 6 and 7. So 6 and 7. So my queue content will be now 2 is already deleted. 3 is already deleted. Now 4 and 5 are the current contents of the queue. Now that the next step is to take from the queue, is delete from the queue, which is nothing but the adjacent vertex is nothing but 8. So we have now 4 is deleted and now 8 will be visited, and of course it is unvisited. I mean, it is not visited yet. Sorry, it's not visited yet, and hence we can add it into the queue. So now what happens? Yeah, now you can see here that 8 is visited. So my queue contents now will be, now I have 2, I have 3 visited, I have 4 already explored, now 5 also explored. So I have now 2, 3, 4, 5 explored. Now I have 8. 8 is the visited vertex. Now from 8, now I have to explore all the unvisited vertices. Which are those unvisited vertices? None, because all have already been visited. So when I delete this 8, nothing is there to add into the queue because I don't have any unvisited vertices. So the moment I get this situation, then I can easily say that the queue is empty. 2 is deleted, 3 is deleted, 4 is deleted, 5 is deleted, and 8 is also deleted. And now I have nothing to add, and hence I have to just wind up this. So you can see here 1, we have visited 2 and 3 after pushing it into the queue. Then from 2 explored 4 and 5, from 3, 4, 6 and 7. Again print 1, 1, 4, so 8, and from 8 we don't have any other adjacent vertices, and now the 3 edges, you can see that they are still in black. So the ultimate tree now, PFS tree, is this. So I'll just erase this. So you can see here the BFS tree. So it may be different from DFS tree, but the concept behind is that we have systematically gone through each and every vertex starting from a given vertex 1, and that's exactly what we call it as the traversal. So the next scenario is directed but weakly connected. So that doesn't matter. Again, supposing if you start from 1, the adjacent vertices are 2 and 5. So BFS would visit 2 and 5. So 2 is first in the queue, so it tries to find out whether any, so 2 and 5 visited. And from 2, can I have any adjacent vertices? No, because there is no outgoing edge, and hence I wind up. So this is one connected component. 1, 2, 5 is one connected component. So the data line indicates a back edge. You can see here 1, 2, 5 is one connected component. Next, we initiate the BFS again from 3. So we get 3, 4. This is another connected component. So we need to initiate this twice in order to get all the connected components. Similarly, the other scenarios can be shown. Anyway, before that, we'll quickly go through the algorithm. Now, as I said earlier, so for the moment, don't worry about the right part of it. Now, this left part of it is for connected graph. Connected graph or strongly connected in the case of a directed graph. So here we use Q as the data structure, and visited as usual is a vector which stores the details of all the visited vertices. What is the detail? 1 or 0. So 0 means not visited, 1 means visited. So let's use this visited. One is, we also enter this into the queue. Now that's exactly what I said. The initial vertex, like 1 starting vertex, is marked as 1 and also entered into the queue, while queue not empty. So this whole process or repetitions or the iterations would actually get executed as long as the queue contains some elements for exploration. OK, so now we have the vertex number 1 in the queue. So we try to delete that. We can see here, this is the statement. We try to delete that, and this is the current vertex. So for all vertices W adjacent to V. So supposing if this is 1, all vertices, so this is W1 and this. Now we need to each and every vertex being explored. So you can see here for all W adjacent, if visited of W is 0. That means that in this case, a 2 is not yet visited. I put them into the queue. OK, so we will put them into the queue and mark it as 1. So if visited is 0, mark it as 1 and put it. Either way, it's fine. You can interchange these two statements. So remember, every time we don't put at a time these two vertices, it's obvious that we will try to add each and every vertex. You can see there is a for loop. OK, so there is a for loop. So for all adjacent vertices W, W1, W2, W3, whatever be the number of adjacent vertices with respect to V, if at all it is not visited, we'll have to put that as 1 and add it into the queue. So this for loop will try to add all the adjacent vertices in the queue. Now once if we add all of them into the queue, then we come out to this while loop. So this for loop will do that job, and this while loop will try to explore all the other adjacent vertices. So what do? We actually delete now. So 1 is over. Now 2 and 3. Now 2 will be the next vertex being deleted. Now that becomes now my current V, and with respect to 2, whatever be the adjacent vertices. So this is gone. Now W1, W2. So again put 4 and 5 into the queue and mark them as 1, that is visited. So again, once you finish this, putting it to the queue, then you come back to the while loop and delete the next one. What is the next deleted one? It's nothing but 3, because that's what in the queue. I mean, next element to be deleted, first come first served. So this keeps on happening until the last vertex is also deleted, in which case the queue becomes empty and we come out of this while loop as well. So the outer while loop will be executed as long as we have elements in the queue. The inner for loop is mainly to add the adjacent vertices from V into the Q. So this will not work for disconnected graph. So we have another algorithm which will visit all the vertices even if it is not connected. So this for loop actually will do that job. Sorry, this for loop will initialize and this for loop will check that. That means for all vertices V in the vertex group or the set, if it is 0, you have to initiate this. So I need to check each and every vertex whether it is 1 or 0. For example, in this case, now 1, 2, 5 in the visited vector will be 1, whereas 3 and 4 will be 0 for the first call of BFS, because it will start with 1 and add it into the Q2 and 5 and nothing more to add, and hence we have this entire 3 vertices in the Q and it gets deleted, Q becomes empty, job is done. But the problem is that if you look at the V, that is vertex group, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 vertices, out of which 3 vertices are marked as 1 and 3 and 4 are still 0. So what happens? This for loop will get executed for all V belonging to V, that is vertex group. If it is 0, yes, my 3 is 0. Now again start BFS from 3. Yes, now it will find 4 and now my V group or visited will all have 1. So when it becomes 1, that means all are visited, and this for loop also gets out of. This is almost same as BFS, sorry, DFS, in which case we have the unvisited vertices will all get visited for the subsequent for loops. So this algorithm will work even if the graph is disconnected. Okay, what is connected component? As we have just now seen,